Yo, what's up, everyone? So today I'm just gonna be doing this June SAT score release stream, and we'll see what's happening because right now it is literally 6:30 a.m. in the East Coast and 3:30 a.m. In the West Coast. So nobody might be awake yet, but the first batch of SAT scores should have come out by now, or is about to be coming out very, very soon. So I'm gonna just start streaming now and see what happens. See if people actually start joining. So for now, I'm gonna keep myself busy with some random tasks. The first one is just to look at Reddit really quickly and see what the kids are saying. So here we go. If you are joining the stream, just let me know by saying hi in chat. Yo, what's up? If you are here, just say hi in chat. Right now, I just posted a question for people to answer when they come in, and I'm gonna go into our SAT. Just go to bed, bro. Okay, it hasn't actually come out yet, so we'll be chilling. Let me see. What are some things I want to do? I want to have a screen that shows my. Yeah, I want to have a screen that shows. So, for now, I guess since there's nothing to watch, I'm gonna just have the SAT thing, but I don't really know how to make this auto reload. So I'll just like randomly refresh this every once in a while. For now, no one's gotten their scores. And simultaneously, here's what I want to do. I want to write a little. I want to have like a note that I can share with you guys. So I'm gonna do that right now. All right. Course roadmap. You know what? I might as well share this while I'm making it. So let me look for this. Dude, my OBS is so buggy. Holy crap. Are you serious? Oh my god, my OBS is so buggy I can't even add a for real. I can't add one. Okay, super annoying right now. How do I? Oh, that's actually super annoying. Okay, my OBS is so broken. So I need to do like a clean reinstall, but I haven't really been streaming recently, and that's the main issue. So you know what? I'll just do it in my Google Chrome. Oh my God, it's so annoying. All right. Um, I need to create an app. I need to create a new note. Okay, so I'll just do it here. It's not as elegant, but whatever. All right, we have chat. National Merit Award, I'm guessing. Yeah, if you're not eligible for a national merit, it definitely means you fell under a certain threshold. But the thing about that threshold is that it depends on your state. So it's like hard to make a guess what the threshold would be and what score you are under if you didn't get. But I don't remember what. How do you know that you're not eligible for national merit before you even get your score? I don't even know what that means. Like, how did you find that out? Because I don't think that's like a real process. Um, let's see. Just doing another refresh. Okay, we still do not have any scores yet. The score itself hasn't revealed. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure it doesn't really. I don't know where you're seeing that right now, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't really mean anything. Okay, it's 7:40, so 7:40 my time, 6:30 your time, and we still don't have any scores yet. lesson series. What's like the what's how do I? I'll call it lesson series for now. Lecture series, lecture series. But lecture just makes it sound like I'm talking. Lesson. Unit, chapter, book, series. All right, I'm just gonna call it series. All right. Okay. The thing right now is it's very early in America. So I feel like no one is actually awake except for just like some internationals. But it seems like because it's vacation, everyone's sort of just checked out. Like this Reddit is not even as active as it normally is. Uh oh wait. I totally didn't see this for some reason. Okay, it's coming up. US test date discussion is here. Wait, what is this? This is from the 2 weeks ago. Pew. All right, let's see what's happening here. All nighter for what, bro? Why are you guys awake? These are obviously the most neurotic kids in the world. Anyone else reload the page to get jumped by their practice test? So that is so funny. Uh, okay. Okay, no scores as of yet. So hang on, let me remind myself. What was I gonna do? Grammar foundations, also question by question strategies. Um, I'll just say 4. I kind of like this word unbullshittable. Let's see. I guess should I put that up front? That's the thing. What do people want, right? But I'm gonna say I'm gonna do that first. Okay, grammar found. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just sort of like organizing. I already wrote this out for an email, like a shorter version. Right now I'm doing like a more detailed version of all the things I need to build in the next couple months. So it's a lot. A lot's going on right now. I'm in the middle of. I'm going to hire a developer, a full stack developer, to join my team, and we're gonna take. We're really going into this. So I'm going all in on the SAT reading writing right now. Version one is very, very, very hacky and very much version 0.001 right now, but really happy about all the videos that I made on my website, which if you're curious, it's all here. Okay, and we're gonna see a bunch of scores come out soon. So hoping to see some students here. Let's see. I relate. Okay, we got still. It is 7:50. It is what's it? It's 6:50 in America. It's 6:50 in New York, and we do not have scores yet. Seriously, the most neurotic people. Are these people just like double posting? I'm just trying to figure. Yeah, they're definitely double post. 14 minutes ago. uh, okay. Neurotics. Total neurotics. All right, guys. Well, while we're just killing the time, what are you guys? How have you guys been spending your summer? Here, I'll even type it out. Waiting for scores still. How have you been spending your summers? All right. Grammar foundations, question by question strategies. Okay, and that's gonna be a big part. That's gonna be honestly a huge part. But I was gonna write. Oh, the apps. Okay. Um, hang on. Hang on. Where did I write all this? Oh, Penguin. Wait. Is Penguin Danny? Anyway, Penguin. Whichever one you are, Penguin. Gotcha. Okay. Nice. Good to see you. Let me. I need to go and find. I wrote my notes somewhere, but I just can't. I literally cannot find my notes right now. Uh, call this a video series. Okay. Dude, nice. You're living the life. Maybe I'll just do this italics. It's kind of like it's like too much text, right? It's like way too hard to read. Error log slash self-quizzing app. Get stats and review questions spaced repetition. Do you guys even know what spaced repetition is? I feel like you guys don't. So that feels like a word that you guys wouldn't know. And quiz yourself on. Get stats and quiz yourself on past questions. All right. Videos plus lots of exercise. All right, I'm just going to keep it like this. All right, this is roughly what's coming soon, right? The problem is I definitely can't do all 6 of this before the August SAT. I cannot do all 6 of this before the August SAT, so I do need ideas. But it is now 6:56. Let's see if the score has come out yet. Oh, we got a score. We got 2 scores. We got 3 scores. We got 4, 5 scores, 6 scores. All right, scores are out. Hey, everyone, good luck. Good luck. Don't freak out, okay? Stay calm. You got this. You're okay. Okay, go check your scores and report back. Good luck, everyone. Oof. Danny. That is probably worse than you expected, right? I'm gonna guess that's worse than you expected. So go ahead and ask. Wait. So here's my question. My question is, what score did you want and what score did you get? Now, it would be amazing if you wanted a 620 and you got a 780, but I'm gonna guess that's not what that means. That means you got a 620 RW, 780 math, right? 620 RW, 780 math. Yeah? All right. Wanted. Oops. Oh, you can't do line breaks here. Yep. What did you want? You guys should write what you wanted before you look at the score, because if you look at the score, it's gonna change what you wanted. You know what I mean? You're gonna get biased, and you're gonna revise what you wanted. Wait, then what's the 620? Ali Khan 710, 710. So yeah, this is actually super confusing right now. Oh, you wanted 710, you got 790. Is that what that means? Maybe I need to create a format for this. What's the format? Let me change the format of the Q&A. Here, I'm gonna change the format of the Q&A. Start a Q&A. Wanted. So I'm actually gonna guess. Wait, who here is actually in the States right now? Yes, the scores have begun. That doesn't mean everyone got their scores, but some people got their scores. Six- Okay, there's like six people. Damn, dude. Reddit kids are ridiculous. But okay, we got average reading score for people who report. Well, obviously
can't
it's
connect to the Wi-Fi network.
Google,
You
shut
might
up.
want to check the
Okay,
connection
Google,
settings in the
shut
Google Home
up.
app. I can't connect to the Wi-Fi network. You might want to check the connections.
Alright. I unplugged Google. I might get killed now. I might be targeted now. Let's see. Yeah, the problem with this sample is that the Reddit kids are just weird, right? They're just different. Correlation scores. Whoa, interesting. That is cool. Correlation, correlation, correlation. So apparently 5 had the highest correlation. Interesting. But the samples are 100. I feel like that's... I'm not good enough with statistics to be able to say if this is very good or not, but okay. Oh, these are really low. Okay. Blue Book 9 apparently correlates very well. Okay, that's interesting, but that's also a very small sample. Okay. How difficult math score was, my most from an official practice test was... Oh, official test. I see. From an official, my highest math from an official. Not including this one. Not including this one. Might as well include. Are you planning on taking tests again? This is a pretty thorough. Yeah, this is really thorough. Okay. Do you think you had enough? Oh, I want to know this. Okay, that's what I want to know. What resources did you use? Oh, dude, this... Are they not sharing this information? Jeremy wanted 700. No, Jeremy got... I see. You got 700 on reading, writing, and 800 on math. You didn't get 800 on math. Okay. Guys, first of all, good job on just finishing the test and getting your scores. And if you got worse, so no one has really told me what they wanted other than Danny. So there we go. Danny gave me an answer. So Danny wanted 650, got 580. So that's a big blow. I mean, that's way worse. So 580 is low enough that now you probably got the easy module on the second module. That means that you bombed even you probably bombed even the first module. So there's a lot of work to do there. You got the harder module? Okay, then you scraped by the first module, then you just bombed the hard module. Now that's not good. That's not good. I wonder what the... So here's... I'm gonna... yeah. I'm gonna have to do... I'm gonna paste in my usual reflection questions, and then I'm gonna update. Sure, if you share, I'll talk about it. If you share the bars, I will talk about it. The best way to share the bars with me, besides just typing it out, is like chat with me in Discord, I guess, in the general channel. Otherwise, and you can post the screenshot here. Otherwise, you're gonna need to, yeah, you're gonna need to type it all out in YouTube. Ali got a lower math than verbal. I don't really understand Ali's score. 710 on math and 790 on verbal? Is that what happened? That's an amazing verbal. So that's an amazing verbal. Like why are you watching my channel? I'm trying to think of a way to, because this is the reflection that I do with my students at the end of when the SAT is over. So basically Saturday, after taking the test, I ask them to answer these questions. But there's like a lot of context behind this. Like all of my tutoring students know exactly what this is. But if you're not one of my tutoring students, then then what does this even mean, right? Um, I'm trying to figure out how to remove the context and rewrite this for a general audience. But to be honest, I'm like really sleepy. I've been so busy this week, I can barely think. Let's see. Oh, duh. I just realized I need to message my tutoring students and tell them good luck. Give me a second while I send a quick message. Okay, guys, I'm gonna send a quick set of messages to my tutoring students, and then I'll be right back. SAT scores. I'm almost done. Just wrapping up right now. Boom, 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 boom. All right, where's the oh, the heck? Okay, I'm running into a problem right now, but hopefully I'll solve it soon. Sorry, just some setbacks right now. Ah, that's why. I literally only have an email. Okay, that's what that is ridiculous. Okay. All right, I'm checking the chat now. So you guys are, where are you? Oh, you wanted 710 and 790, and then it got flipped. Oh, whoa. Okay, well, congrats on getting the reading writing up because, that's pretty hard to get up. It's a lot of work to get the reading writing up. And math is a lot of work too, but it's just more predictable. Congrats on pushing that 730 number. So that's really, really good. But yeah, that's 790 to 710. That's a huge drop. So there must have been something that went wrong on test day. Penguin, I forget. I forget if you did like the reflections, but I don't think you. I think you had a much higher bet than this when I asked you in like the reflection after Saturday. Oof, wow, that's painful. Wow, look at that. That's a lot. And grammar. Your grammar is you basically did not study grammar. You're below the average on grammar. Well, thankfully this is very easy to fix. So you need to fix this like ASAP. You were just you were just you were demolished on grammar. You think you did way better. That means now the problem is that you're not only are you bad at grammar, you are bad at grammar and you don't know your grammar, right? Yeah, I think maybe you grinded too much. Like you need to reflect more instead of just grinding because right now your grammar is really now. Thankfully, I am like in terms of like timing wise. If you continue with my course, I will be. I was considering doing the grammar foundations series. I'm not really sure what my priority level will be, right? Because I can't do all six of this in the next 2 months. That's just too many things. But I will be doing some combination of these things, and I feel like grammar is like an obvious one to work on. But man, you got to improve your grammar. That is rough. That is rough. There's a lot to learn. But right now I'm in the thick of my summer teaching, so I'm so I, even though I'm like exhausted every day because I teach all day. When I get home, I have some couple hours to work, and that's when I'm gonna fit in That's when I'm gonna fit in this stuff. Uh, I have like maybe 3 hours a day I could work, as long as I'm not too tired. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on all this stuff, and I'm gonna be hiring a developer to help me. Whew. Yeah, lots happening. Lots happening. And if you're interested in continuing with the course, let me know which one of these things is like most high priority for you, and that'll factor into my thinking. Right now, this is still just like a kind of like a very much like an alpha version of the course. It's not really the full course yet. So this is kind of the pricing I'm going with at the moment. You can, but you can learn very very specific reading writing techniques that basically no one else is teaching, that I can see online. Okay, so grammar is super basic. You need to improve on this. And the fact that you're still getting expression ideas questions wrong at the 610, 670 level, that means that you're still not really breaking down passages very well. It means that you're losing points on some of the transition questions. It also means that you're probably not even reading the question all the time. You're not really reading the question all the time. So you're making a lot of very basic mistakes. These are very fixable, but you probably need more structure right now, you know? And unfortunately, the current version of my course is very much self-structured. You have to be disciplined. You have to review everything on your own. Like all of that work has to be done by you. But if you were like in a cohorted class, and they structure everything for you, that could be helpful, because the ability to just like read and solve and practice on a regular schedule, that's something that people pay a lot of money for, actually. Having to structuring your, yeah, because man, this means you are simply not reading the instructions, and you're missing some of the relational pairs in the passages. This is not good either. I'm not too worried about this right now, because if you're scoring 580, it means that there's fundamental weaknesses, and those fundamental weaknesses are very catchable right here. Okay, these weaknesses right here. So I would start there, because you should not be at 420 for grammar, right? That is low, so low. In fact, I'm like trying to think, like, Penguin, what techniques did you use? like, I can't, like, what techniques that you learned did you use on the test? Like, what, what the heck? what happened? And did those techniques, what was the effect of using the techniques? So that's a follow-up question, but I'm gonna ask the follow-up question later. I'm literally just wondering, what techniques did you use on the real test? Because I cannot see. When you say breaking down, like, what does that mean? Does that mean like just generally disorganized and like technical troubles and stuff, or is that like like is that just a projection of your subjectivity? Like, were you breaking down? Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah. That's bad. That's bad. Maybe go to a different test center next time, because that sounds dysfunctional. That sounds. The tables weren't working. What does that mean? Guys, wow, I'm tired. Okay, I'm gonna check our SAT again. Let's see what the kids are saying. Bro, uh, Minimum clothing. Oh, don't tempt me, sister. All right. Oh, dude, that's so annoying. Bro, you got to go to a different test center. That is awful. Go to a different test center. This is so. This is such a. This is such a low inability to read the room. All right, everyone got no, actually that's not even funny. This is so funny. Uh you went to a worse one? Oh man, that's awful. No, yeah, you can't ask them to switch on the day of. You have to just go to a different test center. You have to register for a different test center. Wait, what happened to that? What happened to the neurotic kid? Um, yeah, I mean, they're not gonna be. They're not. Yeah, switching table is not easy. Did Dismal Hawk share his score? Nah. Did Addendum? Yeah, Addendum was the one I was looking for. Because Addendum was just like, oh no, that's so sad. Oh no. But 650 English, solid. Okay. I can't really no one hey chat, what's up, bros? Should I retake? Oh my god. Obviously you're just gonna piss people off. Nice. So I can't. I feel like no one really has. None of us in chat has like a happy story right now. If you did well, come brag about it and let us know what you did. How did you study? Wait, what? Oh, dropped 30 points. Okay. How do you improve? What does that even mean? I don't get. Okay, I'm confused by these numbers. Six times, Naomi. Man, you put the work in. Let's see. Highest reading is 740. Retake again. Fall. ACT. Well, first of all, it never hurts to just take the ACT. Like when I was in high school, I just took the ACT, I think once. Uh, I did it during AP season. I took the ACT during AP season, I think. And I took the SAT twice. So it never hurts to just take it because you don't have to report the ACT if you don't want to. And it's just data, right? You take the SAT, you take the ACT, And every time you take it, it's data. You learn two things. You learn not just the score, that's the first thing, but you actually, which is, I'm going to say another comment on that. If you learn the score on the ACT, that informs you where your strengths and weaknesses are according to the ACT rubric, which is useful. And then same thing, if you get your score on the SAT, that also informs you where your strengths and weaknesses are according to the SAT's rubrics, and that's useful. You can actually work on those weaknesses, right? So from a pure sort of like diagnostic standpoint, it's helpful to take the SAT and the ACT. And the second thing that you get is you learn what it feels like to take an SAT, and you learn what it feels like to take an ACT. And that feeling can actually give you more clarity on whether you should take the ACT a second time or a third time or not, right? So you should, like, obviously the first thing to do is just try a practice test, but then if it feels okay, then go ahead and take the ACT. So that's just to answer the ACT part of it. 6 times is a lot. 6 times is a lot. It means that you're stagnating, probably. And it seems like you need to change the way you're studying. And I'm not sure like what you have done to study so far. The more you are willing to share, the more I can help you with your, with your predicament. But I'm gonna guess that out of the 6 times that you've taken, the 3 or more times you got roughly the same score within like a plus or minus range of 20 points, right? Like, what's that? So your best score right now is not a 1470, it's something like a 1420 or something like that, right? And you've been hovering between 1400 and 1450 for like the last 3 administrations, something like that. I mean, if that's the case, then the way that you're studying is not helping you. And whatever that way of studying is, it needs to change. Now, if you tell me exactly how it is that you are studying, then again, I can give you more specific advice. Danny is saying you took a practice the day before, and I guess it didn't. That's a good lesson. Lesson learned. I think I talked about this on my stream, but I said don't do anything that harms your confidence. And I did say I generally do not recommend people to take a practice test the day before the test. Generally recommend going back to the things that you already learned and reviewing those things. But for certain people with certain personalities, with certain in certain circumstances, it could be okay to take a practice test the day before a test. It just depends. It depends on a couple of different factors. So, but you know what? Actually, Danny, that does mean something. It means that you have the right techniques. And it does mean if you did better on practice, that is a meaningful thing. But what that sounds like is you panicked on test day, and when you were remember on the day before the June SAT, I talked about trying to maximize your H count, not to get every single question right? So I don't know what happened there, but whatever it is, like the techniques that you have learned, that you have been applying, right, on your practice test, those are the correct techniques. But I bet if we had a video, and this video could track your eyes on the screen, and it could also watch your body language, I bet we could see some big differences in the way that you were taking the practice test versus the way that you were taking the real test. And I'm pretty sure you panicked, because if you got way better on practice compared to the real test, it's not because the test was that much harder, okay? Yeah, the test is harder than the Blue Book very frequently, but just it being harder is not enough to drop your point more than 50 points, okay? It means that you panicked. It means that you started subconsciously or unconsciously changing the way that you were taking the test because of the panic, and then that led you to compound one bad thing with more bad things. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we do not have a video of you taking the test, at the test center. So we're not going to be able to analyze what exactly happened, but it is a tale as old as time. People go to the test center and they become a different person altogether. And the best remedy for this is to drill yourself on practice tests. Doesn't have to be even like a real official practice test, but just drill yourself on practice tests to always solve every question the same way, and make it muscle memory, that you're always doing it the same way. And once it's muscle memory, then even when you're panicking, you could remind yourself, hey, what's the next step? Blah, 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 blah. And if, for example, I'm not saying you have to get tutoring with me. In fact, I don't even have the time to tutor anyone right now for the next 2 months. Like I won't have time to tutor anyone until like August 10th or something like that. So I'm not even saying to use me as a tutor, but when I tutor somebody who has your problem, okay, of panicking on the real test, dude, I get into the inner game. So like I'll have them show me the practice test, okay, and I'll like it's hard for me to like just describe with words, but basically I'll kind of walk them through their questions, and without the answer key, so they don't know if they got a question right or wrong or not, right? I'll kind of like simulate what they were doing and then say, okay, so up until here, this is what you saw, this is the evidence that you found, and here's the prediction that you had, and then you looked at B, you looked at D, and they both match your prediction. And then the question I ask is, okay, when this happens on the test, what do you do next? Right? And so with the tutoring, I go down into like how you're supposed to make a decision based in that moment, right? And then I turn that into like little catchphrases, and then just drill you on the catchphrases, and then just beat you over the head with the catchphrases, and I just repeat the catchphrases over and over and over until you just. I have very brilliant students who are also extremely lazy and undisciplined. And this is what I have to do for them. I have to just like drill the shit out of these habits until they start automatically doing it without thinking about it. And that's what you need to do to yourself. You could do it to yourself by just being super strict on yourself, maybe by using video cameras to record yourself. You can do whatever. You can find a tutor, you can find a peer who will kind of do this for you or whatever, but whatever it is, you need to drill those habits in so that you don't change it up on test day. Now back to Naomi. Naomi is saying she studied with the question bank, one-on-one tutoring for math, College Board book. Official practice test scores are, oh no, those are the real scores. 1310, 1300, 1450, 1420, 1370, 1400. Ooh, that's frustrating. That is frustrating because you actually had a high on your third test and you never got back to that high. Yo, you are stagnated. I mean, let's look at that. That's like 1450. That's like December, March, April, May, or December, March, May, June, something like that. You are stagnating. This means you might need to change your tutor. You might need to change something. You just need to start changing things because that is whatever you're doing right now is not working. Look, you got us. If you're okay, I have a quick question. Okay. Does your tutor, okay, let's say you do a practice test, okay? Just to use a nice round number, let's say you have 100 questions, okay? So you solve 100 questions. No, wait, that's not realistic because your tutor's not going to do every. Let's say you solve 50 questions, okay? And then, what do you call it? Sorry, my brain's shut off. Let's say you solve 50 questions, okay? And you go to your tutoring session, okay? Does your tutor allow you to look at the answer key before coming to the session? Probably not, right? Does your tutor tell you the answer when you arrive at that page, for example, you go to question number 1, and then when you're at question number 1, the tutor tells you the answer right away. Maybe some tutors do that. Okay? Maybe not, maybe. Number 3, does your tutor, when you are on question number 1, when they tell you the answer to question number 1, are they the ones speaking, where they are telling you why A is right, or B is right, or C is right? Probably yes. Most tutors tell you why an answer is right or an answer is wrong. Now, what is that doing for you? What is that doing for you? When your tutor tells you the answer and then tells you the answer explanations, it is not helping you because it is decreasing the amount of time that you are suffering from that question. A good tutor makes you suffer that question for longer, not shorter. Okay? Think about if you go to a gym. Imagine if you go to like the bench and you're like doing a bench press, okay? But the moment that you start suffering, your personal trainer lifts the bar for you and then racks it. How big would your muscles actually grow? You're not suffering enough. A tutor should make you suffer, but also help you along the way so that you can learn to overcome that suffering with some techniques, with some cues or whatever, right? You can. If you've been stuck on 1450 since December, man, that means something's not going. This tutor, you gotta switch your tutor. This is not good. Not good. Okay. A tutor should not be the one explaining the answers to you all the time. Okay? Like maybe 20% at most. You should be doing 80% of the work. And look for a better tutor. I'm making a lot of assumptions right now, Naomi, about your study experience, but I'm pretty sure it's a bad study experience because you should not be stuck at 1450 since December. Yeah, so Danny, what that means is you got potential. You got potential, but you crumbled under the pressure of the real test. All right, guys. So I'm not getting a lot of questions here today. Seems like probably the most obvious explanation for why there's not a lot of people here is that it's 7:40 a.m. on a Friday during summer break. So I feel like no one's awake right now. So for today, I'm gonna end the stream right now. But maybe I'll do another stream. I don't know. I'm so tired. I've been working like all day from Monday to Friday. I don't know if I have the energy to wake up on Saturday morning in Asia, which is Friday night in the US. I don't know. So no promises. If I wake up and I feel like I have energy, then I might do another stream. But for today, this is it. All right, guys. Thanks for sharing your sensitive information. I know it's not always easy to share your SAT scores, but good luck with your studies going forward. And if you have more questions on how to study, just ask in the Discord channel, in the Discord server, and we can chat over there. All right, guys. Good luck with your studies. Peace.